Welcome to the BWAC Summer Show, Color. My name is Janet Rothholz, and I will be your guide as we look at a sampling of the diverse artwork that is currently on display. I want to point out that you may notice some common themes in the work as we make our way through the gallery space. For example, paper as more than paper, and simple elegance of lines. See if by the end of the talk you notice any other. This installation, called Continua, which took 2 years to make, is constructed from hand-dyed, reclaimed Philadelphia phone books. Each column consists of 65,000 stacked pages. According to Katie, as individual pages are stacked and bound together, they produce a layering effect around the exposed edges of the closed book. She said that the fluidity of the color progressions within each of the columns results from the fact that each color consists of the same 3 primaries. She said she wanted to make visible the invisible by showing how individual colors can be transformed into one another and that they are essentially fragments of a single element. Do you want to talk about...
I basically, one of the things that I don't like to say up front, but I like people to evaluate my work based on its own merits first. And one of the reasons why I don't do a lot of playing with my photographs, except for something like this, where I obviously have played with it, is because I am visually challenged. I was born with underdeveloped optic nerves. And so the photography, as I started to do it, was a way for me to see things that I didn't even know were there.
Digital transformation involves taking a photo and then transforming it into something that may bear no resemblance to the original photo. He does this using computer software, and that's how he created these 2 pieces. The pieces have a very personal meaning to Laurent, which if he wants to talk about it, he will. And his influences for these pieces include Gilles Deleuze and David Lynch. And what I personally liked about them was just the distorted shapes, the use of the white space, and the color. Just really jumped out at me. So Laurent is here. Would you like to add anything or talk about these pieces? And
sure.
Does anyone have any questions?
But it doesn't really matter what the original photos were of. It's more the effects I would get by transforming them. And then I would build on that and retransform and on until I achieved the result that I was happy with.
And how many times did you have to go through this transformation process, would you say?
Oh, many
times.
Yeah, days of things.
And how did you know when you were done?
I guess it felt right. Or it felt I reached something that I liked. Yeah, that was satisfactory.
Okay. Thank you. And Katrina told me that a signature style of her art is that she uses gilding or some sort of metallic reflective surface like mica powder in the process. And we're fortunate to have Katrina Jeffries with us, and I'd like to introduce her to you.
And with these, the idea of the exhibition was also to recycle, to reuse and recycle. And the darker colors this is actually the paper bag without any pigment or dye added to it. And the very dark colors are the paper bag. The medium tones are the egg cartons. And then the very light tones are the junk mail. So it was kind of fun to reuse these things. And I was listening to a talk by El Anatsui, who was a Nigerian, a Ghanaian artist whose artwork is very beautiful and interesting, but he recycles. He does everything from recycled work. And he was talking about how you could take something that was being used or that had been used and you can turn it into something that's meditative. So I really feel that that applies to my work.
And I just want to leave you with a few inspirational words from an 80-year-old sculptor by the name of Molly Simons, who started stone sculpture when she was 75 years old. And she said, "You're never too old to learn and grow." So with that, I leave you, and I thank you very much. Thank you.